Sleigh bells ringing, diamonds blinging, carols singing.
What's up guys, it's Subsy here, and for the past couple of days I've been using the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. Now this video isn't really a review or anything like that, it's more of my first initial impressions, just how the tablet's been for me in the first day or so of using it, and sort of what I'm going to be testing it with, what my use cases are, and how I'm going to be putting it through its paces. I'll probably come up with another video in the next week or so, or maybe 2 weeks after using this, just to see how it's getting on, give my sort of the goods, the bads, the evils. So in terms of specs, you can get this in 2 configurations, or 4 technically. So you can get the 6 gigs of RAM with 128 gigabytes of storage, that's the base model, and it comes in 8 gigs of RAM with 256 gigabytes of storage, and that's the highest end model that you can get. You can expand the storage with a micro SD card, but all of those configurations, or both of them, can come with optional LTE, so that sort of makes it 4 options. The CPU inside is the Snapdragon 855, so the same CPU they use in the Note 10 Plus. It has an under-display fingerprint sensor. It has USB-C, but that's the only port. Unfortunately, there's no headphone jack, which for me isn't a massive deal, but for some people they may like to see that. It has a Super AMOLED 10.5-inch 2560 by 1600 display, which I mean, if you've seen any Samsung screen, you sort of know how good it's going to be. At the bottom, or the left side, if you want to call it the bottom or left, or whatever orientation you're thinking of, it has pogo pins for accessories. So they sell a keyboard dock and a charging stand thingy. There's 2 cameras at the back, the standard and ultra wide, and they're not the best quality, but I mean, they're cameras on a tablet, so who really cares too much about that? Unfortunately, there's no Wi-Fi 6 or 5G support on this. Now that's kind of a bummer, but it's not really a big deal to me, especially 5G at this point. Wi-Fi 6 would have been nice for future proofing, but it's not there. It comes in 3 colours. There's the Cloud Blue, the Rose Blush, and the Mountain Grey. Now the one I have here is the Mountain Grey, and the availability of those depends on your region. So in the UK you can't get the Cloud Blue version. The design is super slim. It's just 5.7mm thin, and it's made of metal all the way around. It's a single sheet of, I think, aluminium, and just like a plane of glass on top of the screen. The bezels are really small. They're probably the smallest I've seen on an Android tablet, and they're all symmetrical, which is the biggest factor for me. So there's no bigger chin or bigger forehead. It has 4 speaker grills, 1 on each corner, and I mean, I'll sort of test to see how good the speakers on this actually are, and if they're all actual speaker grills or just, you know, sort of fake, therefore designed, therefore symmetry or something. It does have a camera bump, which I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world, especially since you could just make it like 1mm thicker and have a bigger battery. Now when you don't have the S Pen attached to the back of the tablet, the camera bump does cause it to wobble a bit, which gets annoying, but as soon as you have it attached, the entire thing is sort of just propped up on the S Pen, and it doesn't wobble at all. Now it is running Android 9 and not Android 10 just yet, and it's running Samsung's One UI skin on top of that, and that's been dialed back quite a lot from the previous stuff. But the first thing I did when I got the tablet was uninstall some of the Samsung stuff, and I haven't enabled Bixby yet, and I don't think I actually will. The pen attaches magnetically to the back of the device, and it charges wirelessly through there. Now one of the best things about this compared to other tablets that have a stylus is that this comes included in the price. You don't have to buy it separately, you don't have to pay $100 just to have a stylus for your tablet that supports a stylus. And of course it supports Samsung's DeX mode, so you can use this with a mouse and a keyboard and sort of have windows flying around the screen if you want. And I'll probably test that out as well, see how well that works on a 10-inch display. So how will I be using the device? Well, mostly I'll be using creative apps, so I'll be sketching on this and prototyping designs and stuff like that. I'll be taking notes in meetings, so I've installed OneNote, and I'll be testing out the Samsung Notes app for, you know, screen off memos and stuff like that. I'll be presenting with this device, probably not PowerPoints and stuff like that, but I'll be screen sharing in meetings and screen sharing otherwise, seeing how that works, and some media consumption, so not a lot of like binge watching Netflix, but I'll be watching YouTube and some really basic stuff on this. I'll see how that goes. I'll probably test Netflix and other apps, but won't be using that more than say once or twice. So in about a couple of weeks I'll give you guys another video of this, my more in-depth reviews, sort of giving the good points and the bad points, what I enjoyed, what I didn't like, what I think could be done better, given my impressions of this compared to, say, an iPad. If you guys want to know anything specific about this device, let me know in the comments below, but until next time, it's been Subsy here, ma salama.
Snow is falling, Elfie's calling.